Hi there everyone, I'm the Egyptologist, or you can call me Ed, because that's my name. I'm a PhD researcher in Egyptology, and I'm here to bring you little juicy nuggets of information about something that's fascinated me ever since I can remember, and that's ancient Egypt. This incredible culture existed and evolved for over 3,000 years, and its legacy is still with us today. So dust off your adventure hats and let's get exploring. For our first episode, I thought we'd take a look at one of the most iconic aspects of ancient Egyptian culture, the pyramid. Pyramids were part of Egyptian funerary architecture since a very early period, and went from being the preserve of kings through to being used by private individuals, and today we even have casinos modelled after them. But how did pyramids develop, and what do they mean? We can observe the development of the pyramid form through time, so sorry folks, they weren't built by aliens. Stay tuned for more on conspiracy theories. Way back in prehistory, the Egyptians were burying their dead in pit graves with mounds of earth on top. In the early dynasties of the Egyptian state, this was replaced by a bench-like structure called a mastaba. In the third dynasty, at the start of what we call the Old Kingdom, King Joseph's builders stacked mastabas one on top of the other, probably so his monument could be seen over the enclosure walls. This created the step pyramid. It was the 4th dynasty King Snefru who first achieved the true pyramid form in the Red Pyramid at Dashur. The pinnacle of Old Kingdom pyramid building is without doubt the pyramids of Giza, the Great Pyramid being built by Snefru's son Khufu. The Great Pyramid was built roughly 2500 BC and was originally over 480 feet high and was the tallest man-made structure until the spire of Lincoln Cathedral was completed in 1311. Later pyramids got smaller, though the mortuary temples attached to them got larger. And while royal pyramids continued to be built in the Middle Kingdom, in the early New Kingdom this switched to building rock-cut tombs instead, in what we now call the Valley of the Kings. Pyramids then move into private use, with non-royal people using the shape in building their own tomb chapels. So that's where they come from, but what do they represent? The royal pyramid was sort of an emblem of the king's presence, and in the Middle Kingdom some pyramids had capstones with eyes and the king's name inscribed on them. Pyramids were also associated with the sun. They were faced with white limestone, so they would have been brilliant to look at. And the Great Pyramid was even called by the ancient Egyptians the horizon of Khufu. The shape of the pyramid also evokes the mound that, in Egyptian mythology, rose out of the primordial ocean at the creation of the world. The association with the solar cycle and with the first creative moment worked together to turn the pyramid into a sort of resurrection machine, which transformed the deceased king into a deity. Since the king is the intermediary between humanity and the gods, it's in the interest of society that this transformation happens successfully, hence how such gigantic monuments were able to be built. Well, that's about all there's time for today, but be sure to subscribe to see more, and let me know if there are any topics that you'd like me to talk about. I'm your Egyptologist, and remember, there's always more to discover.